Okay, good evening. Oof, we are back with our lessons again. So, today's we are going to continue our practice in integrated English. So, let's see our goals today. There are 3 points that we need to sharpen. There is listening skill, speaking, and reading. So, as usual, we will start our lesson by doing the listening activity. So, here, what you need to do is to to do some matching exercise before we go into the listening part that relates with the topic about the listening today. So the title about it is Arriving Late to Class. Arriving late to class itu maybe most of the children or students had this experience at least once in their lifetime. Well, let's jump to the next slide. We are going to start with the preparations. Now, here, Linda, you look at the tables above these tables. The table above is the table that contains all the words that you need to match with this table here. So you need to match the meaning. For example, to mark which of this row that match with the word to mark. Now, coba Dinda try to answer these questions. Nanti after 1 minute we will discuss it together.
So to mark the to give a number letter to a student's work to show how good it is.
Okay. Next, any word that you have find the matches?
Yang to hand something back itu
Mm-mm.
to give something to the person who gave it to you.
Okay. Keep going if you have found the other answer.
First to get something, to understand something,
Okay. To get some to have something. To get something. To understand something.
terus to make sense, to be easy to understand,
To make sense. To be easy to understand. Mm-hmm.
terus to catch, to hear what someone say.
To catch.
Terus
Okay.
sisanya capture.
You have to do it to be right. Oke, kita cek ya. To hear what someone said, yep. To catch. To give something to the person who gave it to you. Mm-hmm. Turn back. To understand something. To get something. To give number to mark. To be this and to make sense. To be related or connected to. To have to do it. Okay. Ini I think it's very easy to do. We can start our listening, so pay attention with the audio and pay attention to with the table here. So by doing the exercise, you just need to mark whether the statement letter is true or not, And to know that the statement is true or not, you need to focus on the audio. You don't need to write all the conversations, but just mark some points that you think useful for filling this blank space later. Okay, in the count of three, 1 to 3, I will start the audio.
This recording is from the British Council. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I'm just coming to sit over here. Phew. Hey, how's it going? So, what have I missed?
Nothing. He just started around 5 minutes ago.
Did he say anything about the midterm?
What?
About the midterm tests? Did he say anything about when he was going to hand them back?
He's almost finished marking them, he said. We get them next Tuesday.
I'm sorry. I didn't catch that. When do we get them?
Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
Okay, got it. Sorry, what page are we meant to be on?
Page 34.
Page 34. Oh, wait, I don't have my textbook. Can I share with you? Wow, this is hard stuff. What does SEO mean?
What?
SEO. This is all about SEO, but he hasn't said what it means.
Search engine optimization. How to appear on internet searches.
Internet searches. Right, okay.
He said what it meant.
What?
He explained it before you got here.
Oh, right. Okay.
Can you be quiet? I'm trying to listen to the lecture.
So am I. Sorry. Sorry. One more question. What does this have to do with the American Revolution?
What?
I don't get it. Why is he talking about search engines in a course on the American Revolution?
What are you talking about? This is a class on software engineering.
You mean it's not early American history?
You're in the wrong class.
Oh, wow. Oh, now it all makes sense. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Here, I'll just... Excuse me. I'm in the wrong class. Excuse me. Thanks. Sorry. Oh, just... Sorry.
Okay, have you got all the points, or do we need to repeat some of the words?
Udah dapat.
Okay, let's discuss. Okay, di sini, here, kita punya statement yang pertama. This first statement says, the class started 5 minutes ago. Is it true or not?
True.
Okay, it's true. And then, number 2. The teacher will hand back the test next Thursday. What's the answer?
False.
Yeah, what's
Terjadi
what's supposed to be? What day was it supposed to be?
Tuesday.
Yeah, number 3. What is the answer? The boy shared his
False.
textbook with the girls. Yeah, it's not the boy that's giving the textbook, but he borrows the textbooks together, reading it together with the girl. The teacher is going on about search engines.
Hmm. True.
Yeah. The boy thought this class was about the French revolutions.
False.
Yeah, what's supposed it to be?
American Revolution.
Yeah. Next, the last one. The boy is in the wrong class.
True.
Yeah. Okay, there's no false questions. I think you got 3 points for all of the questions. We are moving to the next activity. Oh, sorry, ini udah tadi. Speaking. So here, the instructions ask you to talk about this picture below. So, looking at these pictures, don't forget to mention what? Don't forget to mention the feeling when you look at the pictures, the general idea, the topic of these pictures, and what the details talking about. So I will give you 2 minutes, and after 2 minutes, you need to talk about your results. Okay, you can start from now.
The volleyball match very exciting. So, like, so, so, to match for partner. Udah.
Okay, let me put aside this picture first and go. And okay, what's the picture talking about? Okay, I will type it.
There is a volleyball match.
There is a volleyball match. Okay.
It looks very exciting.
Looks very exciting. Mm-hmm.
A volleyball player jump high,
Volleyball. Right.
jump high to smash the ball over the net.
All over the net. Mm-hmm.
Udah.
Okay. Now, coba look at the writing that I just typed. Is it what you mean atau ada yang salah yang ditulis?
Udah.
Okay. I think as a context and as accuracy of the pictures, I will give it 100. But there is a very small mistakes, yaitu di bagian apa? Di bagian jamnya. Nah, jam ini kalau Dinda mentionnya pakai is, looks, maka kita juga harus melihat aturan subjek sama verb agreement-nya. Karena di sini cuma ada a volleyball player, we need to put apa kira-kira Dinda after the jump?
S.
Iya, we need to put as. Udah. Okay, good. There is a football player, but it looks very exciting. Volleyball player jumps high to smash the ball over the net. Yeah, that's the answers. And also there are also other players. The one is blocking the net, so the ball cannot pass their field. And I think it's in Olympiad because they have like ring symbols there. Okay, good ya Dinda ya. I think there is no fixations about this. Bagus. Sekarang kita masuk ke bagian reading comprehensions. So, di reading comprehension ini Miss bakal buat dua teks untuk kita pelajari. Yang pertama itu nanti we will talk about this long slides. And the second one, we will talk about this blank slides, a blank space text. So, previously in our first level seasons, we have do some reading where we need to match some answer about some stories in the end of the lessons. Biasanya ada text reading yang kita baca dan kita pasangkan sesuai dengan story-nya. Nah, di sini dia agak lebih advance because The words they use here a little bit more complicated, tapi tetap sama. You need to choose um, the answer that match the clue that is put above the options. Jadi nanti ada beberapa cerita atau mungkin seperti ini potongan teks dan di sini ada yang dalam kurung. Nah, yang dalam kurung ini kita pilih mana yang lebih cocok ke dalam kalimat ini. Astronaut di sini postal and sailor. Oke, sekarang kita coba dulu deh. Reading comprehensions. Nah, coba di sini Dinda baca soalnya. Please read the questions. Astronaut sampai titik.
Astronaut designation is derived from the Greek words for star and sailor.
Iya, kita dapat yang katanya words. Nah, untuk kata diambil, ya kan? Diambil itu cara bacanya itu biar Dinda nanti bisa lebih bagus pronunciation-nya. Coba pronounce yang Miss bilang ya. Derive. Coba derive, try.
Derive.
Ya, derive. Derive itu artinya apa sih? Indonesian?
Asalnya
Yes,
berasal
true. Terus ini designations. What is it?
penyebutan
Ya, penyebutan atau pelabelan boleh benar. Oke, sekarang kita masuk ke number 2. Dibaca lagi soalnya.
it is commonly applied to an it's commonly applied
Bentar ya.
apa ya? It is applied
Untuk menjawab soal ini, kita harus mengetahui dulu konteksnya. Nah, di sini tadi Dina kan baca, it is commonly applied to an. Nah, ada to be, ada verb 3. Berarti ini pasif. Dia bilang gini, umumnya hal ini atau it ini merujuk ke mana sih? Kayaknya ini merujuk ke astronot, ya kan? It is kata astronot ini biasanya diaplikasikan ke en. Apa yang ada en di sini? Yang bisa pakai en di sini siapa? Ayo.
individual
Ya, individual. Sebenarnya bisa sedikit. Itu jawaban trik cepatnya. Tapi kita harus tahu juga cara lainnya itu dengan memahami konteksnya. Who has flown in outer space? Yang eh, pernah atau sudah pernah terbang ke outer space. Ya kan? Kalau novice ini apa artinya, Dinda? Novice.
nggak tahu baru dengar
Novice ini sama dengan beginner, pemula, atau orang awam. Commoner,
benar
kalau dikata it's
aman itu biasa
ya berarti orang
berarti
biasa. Benar, orang biasa. Terus layman, pernah dengar nggak kata layman?
enggak
Nah, layman itu juga sama kayak novice, dia itu pemula. What about soldier?
prajurit
Iya. Nah, soldier ini em, katanya apa di sini apakah dia merujuk ke astronot? Sepertinya tidak, karena soldier ya soldier, astronot ya astronot. We still do not have an outer space army, so soldier is not categorized as um, astronaut here. Jadi, karena semuanya ini kebanyakan arti pemula, dan ini mengecoh, maka jawaban yang paling tepat adalah yang individual. Nah, terus kalau tadi yang kedua, kita lihat di sini kebetulan ada artikel N-nya. Nah, kalau ada artikel N, kita cari yang biasa kedengarannya itu huruf vowels atau huruf vokal. Nah, dari semua yang kita baca tadi, every beginning of the word itu almost all itu konsonan. Novice N, ya kan? Huruf awalnya N. Disebut satu walaupun dibaca secara serempak pun tetap yang kedengaran N. Terus C, ini CO, C ketemu O jadi K, K juga konsonan. L, lay, ya ini juga konsonan atau huruf mati. S juga konsonan. Ya udah kita dapat individual. Jadi kalau kita terjemahkan artinya apa nih Dinda? Dinda udah dapat apa artinya? Coba ini.
Satu
Dalam,
orang.
hmm,
Oke. Oh, per orang.
iya, dia bilang gini. Penyebutan tadi kan Dinda di awal sudah bilang ngomongin astronot itu berasal dari kata eh, Yunani, Greek. Terus astronot ini juga diaplikasikan untuk seseorang ya, to individual yang sudah pernah terbang di luar angkasa. Nah, itu artinya. Oke, lanjut. Sekarang yang ini, coba baca lagi Dinda. Ini baca aja jangan langsung jawab biar kita bisa bahas bareng-bareng.
More specifically, astronaut refers to
Hmm.
from the United States, Canada, Europe, and Japan who into space.
Ya, jadi di sini Dinda harus menentukan. Ini sebenarnya ini ada dua ini. Sebentar, kita bagusin dulu biar nggak confusing. Set below. Oh, oke. Di sini blank satu. Di sini options-nya. Options itu pilihan ya. Oke. Nah, di sini Dinda harus memilih dua kata yang make sense dari pilihan-pilihan ini. Untuk yang blank satu, pilihannya tiga. Those officers, commanders. Untuk blank 2, itu pilihannya ada 4 malah. Live, explore, reside, travel. Nah, apa yang paling tepat untuk blank space pertama menurut Dinda?
Hmm. Explore.
Blank space pertama. Yang ini Dinda, yang ini dulu. Tuh, pilihannya cuma tiga. Those, officers, sama commanders. Commanders ini komandan, tukang.
Berarti um, those.
Iya, those. Oke. Terus untuk pilihan yang nomor 2, apa kira-kira?
Tadi explore.
Oke, explore. Oke, masuk akal sih. Nah, sekarang kita lihat dari konsep penggunaan secara konteks. Biasanya kalau kita mau menyebutkan seseorang itu keluar angkasa dalam bahasa Inggris itu bukan explore, tapi travel. Jadi, emang ini agak confusing. Ini lebih ke kebiasaan kita yang udah terasa, kira-kira mereka sering pakai apa. Nah, sebenarnya bisa sih pakai explore, tapi karena kita di sini mau ke kata-kata yang paling mendekati dengan native, mereka biasanya mengatakan itu travel. Nah, travel itu kan jalan-jalan di luar angkasa. Jadi untuk yang blank kedua, kita pilihnya travel. Apakah boleh explore, Miss? Kebanyakan ya kalau kita logikain, untuk sementara astronot itu belum bisa mengeksplor terlalu besar. Mereka biasanya cuma jalan-jalan itu di outer space. Ada sih mereka eksplor, tapi biasanya pakai planetarium if I'm not mistaken. Nah, tapi untuk ini kita kan balik lagi, yang mendekat itu kata travel itu artinya jalan-jalan. Travel into space. Kalau explore itu kita benar sih, cuma belum, intinya tuh belum benar-benar mencakup maksud dari astronot, karena astronot tuh kalau kita Dinda tuh actively, nah ini balik lagi ya, ini penerapan bahasa Inggris ke dalam konteks sosial. Di sini astronot itu belum bisa mengeksplor, dia cuma bisa kayak travel. Paling jauh kemana ya? Paling jauh tuh sebenarnya kalau kalau nggak ke bulan ya ke outer space yang di bagian bumi juga masih, tapi dekat-dekat dengan satelit. Nah itu. Jadi belum mengekspor. Kalau ekspor itu kita udah kayak ke Mars. Nah, kalau ekspor itu kita pakai di mana? Biasanya itu di NASA. NASA itu bukan astronot yang explore, tapi astronot itu apa namanya? Mendokumentasikan atau mengobservasi bagaimana manusia bertahan, atau we can say that how they survive in the space. Nah, untuk explorationsnya mereka punya their own eh, radar yang bisa dilihat dia. Kalau di paling gampang tuh kita sebut labor atau planetarium itu. Jadi kita paling tepatnya travel. Nah, itu pengetahuan sih. Ini nggak ada salah di grammar, cuma pengetahuan aja. Nah, sekarang ini kita lihat ya. Oh, nih, ini jawabannya. Astronaut designations is derived from the Greek word for star and sailor. It is commonly applied to an individual who has flown in outer space. Nah, ini benar ya jawaban tadi. More specifically, astronaut refers to those from the United States, Canada, Europe, and Japan who travel into space. Ya, saat ini kita belum bisa explore. Explore-nya bukan pakai astronot, tapi explore-nya pakai radar. Coba deh dicek nanti. Into space. Nah, bla 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 bla. China designates its space travelers takeonaut from the Chinese word for space and the Greek word for sailors. It's from Britannica.com. Kira-kira ini kan ada blank space. Nah, untuk mengisi blank space ini, Dinda caranya gimana? Ada triknya. Dinda lihat apa yang dibicarakan di awal, terus Dinda lihat apa yang dibicarakan akhir, terus you match that with the options. Which options is closer to fit this blank space here? Nah, coba apa kira-kira opsinya? A, B, C, or D?
Yang A.
Ya, the Soviet and later Russian individuals who travel into space are known as cosmonauts from the Greek words for universe and sailor. Ya, kenapa bukan yang B? Karena nggak nyambung. Dia nggak ngomongin soal the strength of astronauts. And then kenapa nggak yang C? Karena dia nggak lagi ngomongin tentang the problems of radiations to the earth. Dan kenapa nggak yang D? Karena dia lagi nggak apa, mau ngomongin soal kemana aja dia udah pernah travel gitu. Nah, sekarang sebelum Miss buat link baru, coba Dinda baca secara keseluruhan dari sini sama jawabannya.
Astronaut designation is derived from the Greek words for star and sailor. It is commonly applied to an individual who has flown in outer space. More specifically, astronaut refers to those from the United States, Canada, Europe, and Japan who travel into space. Those Soviet and later Russian individuals who travel into space are known as cosmonauts from the Greek words for universe and sailor. China designates its space travelers taikonaut from the Chinese word for space and the Greek word for sailor.
Oke, now coba sambil dilihat-lihat dulu yang Miss kirim PDF-nya, Miss buat link baru dulu.